Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel UKMtG, and it's Jordan here, and it is time for us new product, so therefore new product unboxing. So we are going to be crack open this bundle of Magic the Gathering Water Spark today. Before we get cracking though, please make sure you like the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. We have some amazing content coming up very soon that you will not want to miss. Apart from that, if you want to also just share and let everyone know, that'd be great. Follow me on twitch.tv for a stream every week, and generally on Twitter for all notifications of everything else that's happening on in my life. So, without further ado, let's get cracking. So, I haven't actually played any paper since the pre-release. I haven't cracked any boosters, anything like that. Missed out on the Mythic edition, of course, because I think everyone else did. Yeah, as is the way of things. I'll probably end up maybe trying to get maybe a Japanese booster box, I think, at some point, which would be quite cool. There we go. Right. Box. Booklets, and let's have a look at what poster artwork we got this time. Okay, that's actually quite cool. That artwork. That's quite good. You get to see. Actually, I quite like that look to fairy in that one. It looks really cool. That's rather good. So we'll get that hung up. So let's see, we always have a look at the booklets. So of course it's going to give us all about the gist, what the mechanics are, the top 10 coolest cards. So Nikki B is number 1, Shock Horror. Sarkhan's number 2. Interesting. Mythic Reborn, really? Obnixilus the Hate Twisted, Neoform, yeah, Neoform's quite sweet. Hugin, Ketra, Jace, Finale of Devastation, Widespread. Actually, Widespread Brutality is quite a fun card. But yeah, it basically goes into the story, shows off all the cards. It should even have in the Planeswalker decks as well, which is quite good. If you've been looking on the channel, we do have some cards up and about on that, and some of the deck tech unboxing, so that's worth a look if you get a chance. So, without further ado, we'll put that to the side. I need to find a use for these boxes. Right. Oh, come on. There we go. Getting a bit stuck in. Right, we got a red spin down D20. There we go. Thank you, camera. We've also got some how to play guides, which is quite useful for new players. And we've also got a land pack. Now, I know that some of the lands were foil in the last ones, but these don't look to be foil. I'll probably end, if they're not foil, I'll probably end up donating them anyway to my local LGS, which is always useful. And without further ado, we have our 10 boosters. Now, as you all know, for anyone who watches me on this channel, I like to make sure I do not open doubles in a row. We've got lots of Gideon, so we'll start and end with Gideon.
Nothing can possibly go wrong.
Right, well, let's get past the jank, because we do not care. Yep. So, Vizier of the Scorpion, yep, fairly good and limited. Chandra's Triumph, good removal. Angrath's Rampage is amazing, and it's seen standard play, and for good reason as well. And, Teferi Time Raveler. Thank you. I think that might have just about paid for the bundle. So yeah, sweet. So we're already off to a good start. I am very happy already. So fabulous. Pack one down. Well, if the last Gideon's as good as the first one, I'll be very happy. Alright. Okay. We have Tybalt's Rager. Interplanar Beacon. Good for the Planeswalker synergy. Samut Tyrant Smasher. I quite like this card, especially due to the fact that it gives haste. And the rare is... Oh, we got a Mythic. We got one of the 10 coolest cards. We got the Finale of Devastation. I actually quite rate this card. It is really sweet. I've built a mono green deck that works really well. And again, that is now up on the channel. So yeah, it's very sweet. Essentially sort of like a Chord of Calling. So it can be really sweet. And then we got nothing. So we've got one Mythic and one rare so far. Which now means all the rest of the packs will be awful. If we do get a foil, it'll be a foil common, because, you know, that's just what happens with me on this channel. Right. We have Bond of Discipline. Now, some people aren't really big on the Bond cards. I actually really like them. I think they're really sweet, and especially this one in limited as well, as it just allows you to develop a board state and swing out for lethal. Invade the City, I do like it. It's got to work correctly, I think, but it is quite a sweet card. Liliana's Triumph, fantastic removal, love edict effects. And Vivian, Champion of the Wild. So 3 mana walker, when you can cast creatures as though they had flash. Rather good, and it helps you buff and dig. Oh, we have a foil island. I did say a foil common. Actually, that island is pretty nice, especially with the sparks. That's quite cool. Right. So, you see, they don't even have decency to give me something else. I mean, really? Yeah. Ugh. Foil island. That's how it's gonna be. Well, that's first foil common out of the way. Let's see what else we get. I don't think I've opened anything spicy foil-wise lately at all. I think Ellie's opened it for the channel, and we've got our booster box to crack open as well, which is going to be sweet. So hopefully, get some good stuff in that. Rouse Outburst, 4 mana, does 3 damage. You get to look at the top 2, and then put 1 in your hand, and put the other into your graveyard. So 4 mana, deal 3, but also draw. Yeah, pretty okay. Bond of Insight allows you to get instants and sorceries back in your hand. You also mill as well, but it can help you mill your opponent. Jiang Yangu, I think that's how I say it. Apologies to anyone who may be offended, whatever I said. 3 mana walker. Each creature you control with 1/1 counter can tap to add mana, and then you can put 1/1 counter on target creature. And we have Command the Dreadhorde. So 6 mana sorcery. Any number of target creatures or planeswalkers. You get to choose any number of target creatures or planeswalkers in the graveyard. They'll then deal damage to you equal to the total CMC of those cards. Put them onto the battlefield under your control. I quite like this. I think that there is a good possibility of a reanimator strategy somewhere. I think I haven't seen this being absolutely dominant yet, but I think there is a possibility of a mono black zombie maybe matters card that might work. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Nice. And then we got nothing and nothing. Right, we are on our 5th pack, so halfway through. I should probably stop talking, so we can just fly through these a little bit quicker. And jank. Right. Oh, Dreadhorde, you go over there. Right. Rouse Outburst. I've already seen that. So I have a good card. Nissa's Triumph. Actually a good card. Even if you don't have a Nissa, the fact that you can always make sure you're hitting your land drops. Ding, ding, ding. Rather nice. Vraska's Swarm's Eminence. Basically, whenever a creature with Death Touch deals damage to a player or a planeswalker, it gets a 1/1 counter, and then you can -2 to create a 1/1 Black Assassin with Death Touch. Whenever it deals damage to a planeswalker, it will destroy it. Yeah, it's interesting. I haven't seen it being played OP-wise, but I think there is a possibility of a decent Death Touch deck out there. And then we have Storev, Devkarin Lich. So it's a 4 mana Golgari coloured legendary creature with trample. It's a 5/4. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player or a planeswalker, you get to return to your hand a creature or a planeswalker that in your graveyard that wasn't put there this turn. It is really good sort of graveyard recursion. It's rather sweet and just allows you to sort of keep your hand going quite nicely. So yeah, I think there's a possibility of a decent maybe Brawl deck with him if Wizards decides to populate Brawl a bit more, make it a bit more fun. I think there's a good chance we could have something really fun with it. So get past all the jank. But actually, just in normal commander, I think he's the worthy commander, rather decent. Merfolk Skydiver, 2 mana 1/1 flying. When it is battlefield, you get put a 1/1 counter on any target creature. Then you pay 5 mana and you get to proliferate. It is a good proliferate engine if you can get it right. I have seen some people trying to run it in the arena sort of Merfolk standard, the arena Merfolk lists that you get as an unlock. So which is alright. Grateful Apparition, 2 mana 1/1 with flying, and whenever you deal damage to a player or planeswalker, you get to proliferate. Solid card. It's just a shame it dies so easy. And Jiang Yangu, and the rare is Enter the God Eternals. Now this is a top 10 coolest card, quite frankly. So 5 mana. When it deals 4 damage to a target creature, you gain life equal to the damage dealt, and target player puts the top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard, and then you amass 4. And I have seen one streamer pull it off that they targeted their own army token that was on it was a 4/4, and it does stack, so it instantly resolves. It'll do a 4 damage and they amass 4, so it doesn't die, which is rather sweet for science. And nothing again. Oh, devil tokens are quite cool. Yeah, they look quite badass. Right, down to 4 packs left. Four packs left, we're down to Bleeding Edge, Tybalt Rager, Grateful Apparition, and Sorin the Vengeful Bloodlord. 4 mana walker, basically creatures and planeswalkers you control have lifelink in your turn, sweet. You can deal damage for +2, and then you get some graveyard recursion as well, which is really sweet. Okay, last 3 packs. Yeah. So, I'm skipping cards. There we go. Oh, Gateway Plaza is randomly in there. Right, we have Huatli's Raptor. So it enters the battlefield. It's 2/3 with Vigilance, which is rather good. And then when it does enter the battlefield, it has Proliferate, so it can be very useful. Bond of Flourishing, really quite sweet. You get to look at the top 3, put a permanent card, and then you gain 3 life as well. So it can be really good in the pinch. Bond of Revival, this thing is amazing. Essentially, you get to return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield and you gains haste. And then we have Ajani the Great-Hearted, so 4 mana walker, starts off with 5 loyalty. Creatures you control have Vigilance, which is sweet. +1, you gain 3 life. -2, you put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control and a loyalty counter on each other planeswalker. And then we have a foil common. Yes, see, I told you. Foil commons, that's all I get. So we have a Dismantle Operative, not the prettiest foil version I've seen, but it's not bad. And we have one of our Krenko Goblin tokens. 2 packs left. 2 packs left. What will we get? Gonna end on Gideon, and we started off well on Gideon, so hopefully we're gonna end well on him too. So we have Sunblade Angel, 6 mana 3/3 with all the keywords that you ever want. It's essentially Flying, First Strike, Vigilance, and Lifelink. It's good, I just wish it was 5 mana instead of 6, but it is sweet. Bond of Flourishing. Jaya Venerated Fire Mage is basically a 5 mana walker. Basically, red sources will deal, that you control deal damage +1 instead. So it's a bit like the Flame of Kel trigger on low counter 3, except it's only 1 extra damage. It's rather sweet. And then, speak of the devil, Krenko Tin Street Kingpin. This card is getting out of hand. Lots of people are finding ways to exploit it and make it just amazing. And yeah, generally if you can get maybe 2 or 3 swings in with him, the amount of tokens you just generate is just out of hand and it works really well. And nothing again, onto our last and final pack for the video. Let's see what we get. Right. Right, Bleeding Edge. Bond of Revival. Kaya Bane of the Dead. Quite relevant actually. 6 mana, basically your opponents and permanents your opponents control with hexproofs can be the target of spells as though they didn't have hexproof. Basically, doesn't make them lose hexproof, but essentially blanks it on the board, and then you can -3 to exile a creature. Quite relevant, quite sweet, can be used to great effect. And then Finale of Promise, another Mythic. So this one is X and 2 red, sorcery. You may cast up to 1 target instant card and up to 1 target sorcery card from your graveyard, each with converted mana cost X or less, without paying the mana cost. If the card casts a swirl put into your graveyard, you exile it instead. So a bit like Flashback. And then if X is 10 or more, you get to copy those spells twice. You may choose new targets for the copies. I haven't seen this run round yet because generally mono red doesn't want to go that, they want to kill you before they get to 12 mana essentially on the board. So I think there might be a green red deck that can utilize this, but I just don't know. I don't know what you do. You probably have to play green red burn, and so you're essentially ramping and getting burn off at the same time. And then we have nothing apart from a nice Teo's Light Shield token. So yeah, so that is it. Myself, Jordan, here at UKMtG. Nothing too spicy. We've got 2 mythics, so we're not complaining. Some decent planeswalkers. yeah, Teferi Time Rail is probably the most expensive card there as far as I'm aware. Probably has tanked by now, knowing me, and I'm just excited for it. But yeah, apart from that, nothing much else to report. As I said, please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and check out the rest of our content. There will be more bundle unboxing videos from the previous sets at the end of the video on the end screen. Apart from that, I've been your host, Jordan, signing off. Goodbye.